Lancers are back. California Baptist University women's basketball back on their home floor tonight, taking on Seattle University in Western Athletic Conference play here on ESPN+. My name is Pep Fernandez. Should be a good one between the Red Hawks and the Lancers as CBU tries to remain in the hunt for a WAC title. Right now at 3-2 in conference play. The Red Hawks coming in at 1-4 in WAC action. There's the starting lineups coming out for CBU in this one. And it's hard to tell, but they've got those, well, actually, they had the cream uniforms on. We'll have to see if they still have them on. It sounded like the officials wanted them to change into their whites. It's hard to tell with the lighting right now, but we're going to figure that out in just a second. But until then, let's take a look at the Altura Credit Union starting lineups in this one. We'll start with the visiting Seattle U, and they will head out like this for head coach Susie Barkham. It'll be Juliana Walker, Peyton Howard, Kari Churchabo, Talia Clark, and Maya Moore, your starting five for the Red Hawks. And your starting five for head coach Jared Olson and CBU tonight, brought to you by Altura Credit Union. It'll be Dorcas Wu, Felipa Barros, Nene Calhoun, Trinity San Antonio, and Grace Schmidt, your starting five for CBU tonight. The Lancers at 7-9 overall, but really picking up some steam here in conference play at 3-2. And as the lights come on here inside the CBU Event Center, we can get a closer look at those uniforms. And yes, it's the exclusive cream-colored home unis for the Lancers tonight. The Red Hawks in the visiting red uniforms, they come in at 1-14 overall on the season. And the opening tip belongs to the Red Hawks. They've already met once this season. CBU took that first meeting up in the Pacific Northwest. That was a 72-64 final score back on January 5th, so actually not too long ago. Three-pointer for Seattle U. It's in for Talia Clark, and that's how the Red Hawks crack open the scoring here. 3-zip. Now CBU on their opening possession. Schmidt up top, over to Wu. To Barros. Puts it in drive. The drive and the kick out to Trinity San Antonio from the wing. And San Antonio buries the three. Ties the game at 3. So the two teams opening up with a couple three-pointers. Finding the bottom of the net. Peyton Howard, the drive and the kick to the outside. 3 on the way from Juliana Walker. She's a great three-point shooter. That one will not go for Walker there. On the season, shooting 40%. Their top three-point threat. Ball will go to the Lancers. Calhoun brings it up the floor. Calhoun looks inside, then goes to her right to Wu. Now they're going to get into the post. Grace Schmidt inside, won't go. She had a good look, had the position, could not finish. We're still tied at 3. Down inside, little right-handed jump hook will not go there for number 14, Churchabo. Trinity San Antonio tries another 3. That one's a little bit long. Rebound Churchabo. Clark goes up strong with it and draws the foul. Take a look at the Jensen keys of the game tonight between the Red Hawks and the Lancers. And for CBU, you just got to get over the turnovers. In their previous meeting against Stephen F. Austin, they led by 4 at halftime, but turnovers really hurt the Lancers in the second half. They had 24 in all in the game. And watching the fouls, they also got in foul trouble against SFA, including Grace Schmidt. So they got to stay out of foul trouble, obviously, tonight. And early season San Antonio. We just saw Trinity hit a big-time 3 for CBU, but she has not scored more than 11 points in a game since November 19th. She started off on a tear, trying to get back to that early season San Antonio form. Those are your Jensen keys to the game. Calhoun up top to Wu. Over to San Antonio from the wing. That's her third three-point attempt already in this contest, so she has come out looking for her shot tonight. A couple free throws have given Seattle U the lead. It's 5-3. That one for Walker's off the mark. Rebound Barros. Barros up ahead to San Antonio. In transition, Trinity San Antonio right to the cup and in. She is aggressive right now. She's already attempted 4 shots in this game. She's got all 5 for the Lancers, and Clark has all 5 for Seattle U. So it's a 5-5 game, and only 2 players have scored so far. Up top to Churchabo, to her left to Peyton Howard. Now into the post to Moore. Moore has it poked loose out of bounds, last touched. They'll say by the Lancers. There's Trinity San Antonio, a quick 5 for CBU, including a three-pointer. Into Churchabo, back to Walker. Peyton Howard on the wing, up top with 4 on the shot clock. 3 is on the way. That one's off the mark for Talia Clark. Up ahead to San Antonio, keeps it in play and gets around the defender and lays it in for 2 more. Early season San Antonio, 7-5 CBU. Trinity San Antonio 7, Redhawks 5. Shot is up and good for Churchabo. Tied at 7. On the other end, Calhoun. Driving in strong, draws the foul. Foul's going to be on Juliana Walker. Substitution here for the Redhawks. Madeline Phillips checks in as we take another look. Trinity San Antonio, nice little move to get around Clark and get to the rim. 7 points for San Antonio. Calhoun shoots the first free throw and it is good, so someone other than San Antonio is now scored for California Baptist. 8-7, Lancers in front. 1 more coming up for Calhoun. And the second is also good. Walker with some pressure from Calhoun, plays it up ahead. Barros got her hand on it, knocks it out of bounds. Redhawks ball. Howard from the sideline. Into Walker. Walker up top. Phillips. Howard down low. Churchabo, left hand, no good. Rebound, Dorcas Wu. San Antonio. Calhoun on the wing. Let it fly. That one circles out on Calhoun. Barros. Nice hustle play by Felipa Barros. Keeps it alive for the Lancers. Dorcas Wu with the left. That one's no good. Rebound, Churchabo. Howard up the floor for Seattle. Trying the baseline, runs into San Antonio. And the foul will be on Trinity San Antonio. We got a substitution coming up for the Lancers. Kinsley Barrington and Brittany Clayman check in. 9-7, Lancers on top. Churchabo down low, spins. That one won't go for Churchabo. She's 1 for 4 from the floor to start this game off. Into the post, Barrington back out to Wu. Slings it to her right. There's Barros for 3. That one won't go. And another rebound for Churchabo. She's got 3 in the game. Howard hands it off to Clark. Defended by Barros. Phillips. Walker looks inside to Howard. Howard posting up Clayman. Nice move inside by Peyton Howard. Quick move down in there on the post, and it's tied at 9. Peyton Howard leads Seattle U in pretty much every category. Points, rebounds, assists, steals. She does a little bit of everything for the Redhawks. San Antonio over to Barros. Here comes another 3, and that one is good. Barros buries it. 12-9 Lancers. A couple 3-pointers early on for CBU right now, helping them take a 3-point lead. Phillips for Seattle U answers. It's a 1-point game. Clayman over to Felipa Barros, who just hit a big 3 for the Lancers. Clayman on the wing, plays it into the post to Barrington. Backing down Phillips, double team, passes out of it. There's San Antonio. Her 3-point shot won't go. Rebound, Clark. Up top to Clark, defended by San Antonio. San Antonio reaches in, comes up with the steal. San Antonio behind her back, to her left. Oh, double dribble. But a nice hustle play by Trinity San Antonio, who is looking just like she did when she started the season, dominating games. 4:18 here in the first quarter. Lancers up by 1 on ESPN+.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm from Moreno Valley, California, and I've been with Altura Credit Union since 2017. Family time is extremely important. Being able to just pull my phone out and just go right on the app while the kids are over there doing whatever they're doing, I'm able to just go on the app really quick, transfer money, or check my account, see if my deposits went through right away. With my Ascend checking account, I'm also able to check my credit score. I don't ever have to worry about anything in my bank account. Did I mention it was free?
Popping like the top off a bottle and I ain't stopping yet. Baby, it's a brand new day. Ain't no clouds hanging over me. Something doesn't feel the same. The rest of my life gonna start today. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The rest of my life.
Introducing bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
What if you could spend your breaks living alongside other students, learning how to live every day like it's a new opportunity to share the life-changing hope of Jesus with anyone you meet? And what if in the process you find your purpose, you find your calling, and this world that feels too big to change begins changing one life at a time through you? This is more than an experience. This is a new way of living. It's life on mission.
Welcome back to the CBU Event Center. The Lancers holding on to a 1-point lead on Seattle University here in the first quarter. Let's take a look at the Dutton Buick GMC Impact players tonight. There's Dorcas Wu on the Lancer bench. She comes in as probably the most consistent player the Lancers have had all season, averaging close to 12 points per game. Great three-point shooter and a great rebounder as well. And Kinsley Barrington coming on strong. In fact, the last time they played Seattle U, she dropped 21 on them a couple weeks ago. And for Seattle University, Juliana Walker, top three-point threat for the Redhawks, and Peyton Howard, seen there, number 11 for the Redhawks, leading scorer, leads the team in points, rebounds, assists, steals. She makes Seattle U go, and those are the Dutton Buick GMC Impact players tonight. Calhoun the steal, Calhoun the deal. Finishes on the end, the steal, and the bucket for Nene Calhoun makes it 14-11 CBU. And another steal by Nene Calhoun. Calhoun up ahead to Sela Finau, and the offensive foul on Finau. 3:51 on the clock. Ball goes back to the Redhawks. Asta Blowenfeld has checked in for Seattle University, coming out of that last timeout. Michaela Moore has checked in for Seattle U as well, and Irina Korolenko as well. So some fresh faces on the floor for Coach Barkham, trying to spark this Seattle U team. And for CBU, besides Finau, joining her on the floor, it's going to be Schmidt, Klayman, Calhoun, and Barrington. Klayman on the far wing, defended by Howard. Back up top to Finau, to Calhoun, to Barrington. Now she's going to loft it into the post. Grace Schmidt down low, working on Phillips, gets the bucket. Grace Schmidt with her first two of the game. And another steal here by CBU. Oh, and a turnover here by the Lancers. Can't capitalize with some points. The Redhawks have turned the ball over 4 times in the last 2 minutes. Three-pointer, Korolenko, it's off the mark, bouncing and out of bounds. And another big substitution for Seattle. Sheridan Liggett has checked in. Walker is back. And I think Maya Moore is also back on the floor for Seattle U. Lancers up by 5. Finau, 3. Oh, rattles out on her, tipped around, and Peyton Howard is there for the Redhawks. Into the high post to Moore. Plays it into the corner, three-pointer, no good for Liggett. But Walker has it for Seattle U. Will stay on this end with the Redhawks. Moore defended by Schmidt, 15 on the shot clock. Churchabo, a little bit short. Clayman, up ahead to Finau, running the floor, spins up and in. Sila Finau, the finish and a fancy move. 18-11 CBU. Nice bucket in transition for the Lancers and a great move by Sila Finau. Take another look, Clayman with a great pass up ahead, the spin move and the finish for Sila Finau. Substitution for the Lancers, San Antonio and Wu back into the game for head coach Jared Olson. Lancers on a mild 6-0 run right now. Kickball, stay with Seattle. 1:36 to go here in the first quarter. From the baseline into Moore. Hands it off to Walker. Back to Moore. Long jumper, no good. Offensive rebound, and we've got a foul. Foul's going to be on Calhoun. And Sheridan Liggett will go to the free throw line for the Redhawks. First free throw for Liggett is good. An 18-12 game. And she knocks down both. 18-13, CBU on top. Lancers trying to get their 4th conference win of the season tonight. Schmidt, turnaround off the window and good. The degree of difficulty was off the charts on that one. Grace Schmidt, check it out. Left, then right, high off the glass. The bucket is good and the foul for Grace Schmidt. 20-13 Lancers. Schmidt at the free throw line. And it is good. 3-point play for Grace Schmidt. Ball goes back to the Lancers. Turnover on Seattle University. Substitution. Clark and Phillips back into the game. CBU up by 8 right now. First time they met in Seattle on January 5th, it was CBU with an 8-point win. Schmidt, spin move, no good. Rebound Clark. And the foul. It's going to be on Barros.
That's her second. Stepping up to the line for the Redhawks, number 24, Talia Clark.
And Clark will go to the free throw line for Seattle U, trailing by 8. First one is good. The Redhawks 5 for 5 from the free throw line early on in this game, make it 6 for 6. And Korolenko is back, replacing Churchabo. Brittany Clayman back out on the floor, replacing Barros. San Antonio for 3. That one's just a little bit short. San Antonio, again, being very aggressive on the offensive end, has attempted 5 3-pointers in this game already. She's made 1 of them. Clark, Korolenko Phillips in the post, faces up on the basket on the baseline. Her jumper is short. San Antonio has it in transition, and she's going to draw the foul. I think it's going to be on Howard.
Foul against Red Hawk number 11, Peyton Howard. That's her
Yeah, it's on
first.
Peyton Howard of the Red Hawks.
For the Red Hawks.
CBU ball from the sideline. There's 25 seconds to go here in the first quarter. They were looking at the shot clock, but it is turned off right now with 25
The Red Hawks number 4,
seconds.
Aston Blaunfeld.
Check it in for the Red Hawks. Blauenfeld. Calhoun has it. She's going to dribble off a little bit of time here. Defended by Blauenfeld. 10 seconds. Over to Dorcas Wu. Wu hands it off to San Antonio. 5 seconds. San Antonio drives inside off her foot. Red Hawks have it. 2 seconds. The shot is in time, but no good. And that's how the first quarter ends. California Baptist up 21-15. 8 for 18 from the floor. We'll take a quick break here on ESPN Plus, and it's right back to Riverside.
Conventional wisdom says breakfast is the most important meal. But at Provider Food Services, we believe that every meal you enjoy with us is the most important meal. Voted #1, this ideal drives us to bring you curated, chef-driven cuisine and composed meal experiences every single time. Whether you're dining with us or partnering with us, we want to give you the best and safest experience. So in these busiest of days, let's always enjoy the most important meal.
Doctors who care for you and about you. It's the Riverside Medical Clinic way. We're physician-owned. That means medicine is always practiced in a way that benefits the patient first. Incredible care is waiting at one of our 7 locations near you. Come feel the difference. We are Riverside Medical Clinic.
What if you could spend your breaks living alongside other students, learning how to live every day like it's a new opportunity to share the life-changing hope of Jesus with anyone you meet? And what if in the process you find your purpose, you find your calling, and this world that feels too big to change begins changing one life at a time through you? This is more than an experience. This is a new way of living. It's life on mission.
Popping like the top off a bottle and I ain't stopping yet. Baby, it's a brand new day. Ain't no clouds hanging over me. Something doesn't feel the same. The rest of my life gonna start today. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The rest of my life.
Introducing bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
Welcome back to the CBU Event Center, start of the second quarter. Let's root for the credit union that roots for you, Altura Credit Union, proud sponsor of CBU Athletics and presenter of the Athlete of the Week. Our athletes of the week are from CBU Men's Diving, Gael Jimenez, and CBU Women's Water Polo, Jamie Hutton. Congratulations to Jamie and Gael, the Altura Credit Union Athletes of the Week. Second quarter, Lancers with the lead, Lancers with the ball. San Antonio, who's already attempted 7 shots in this game. Puts it in drive, goes to her left, little stutter step around Peyton Howard. 2 more for San Antonio, and a turnover by the Red Hawks. Ball will go right back to the Lancers. Trinity San Antonio with 9 in the game already. Very assertive, actually on both ends of the floor. You know she's always going to go hard on defense as well. Barrington now up top to San Antonio. That three-pointer no good. Rebound, Blowenfeld. Peyton Howard inside to Phillips, right back out to Howard. Peyton Howard with 2 points in this game so far. Blowenfeld, three is good. Asta Blowenfeld, the pride of Denmark, drops the three. 23-18. Pass into the post to Barrington, back out to San Antonio. Here comes another three. That one won't go for San Antonio. She's 1 of 7 from three-point land, but she's attempted 7 threes. I mean, she's going for it. Korolenko inside. And the Redhawks chipping away at that CBU lead. 23-20. Clark has 7 to lead Seattle University. Dorcas Wu's threes off the mark for the Lancers. CBU puts up a lot of threes. One of the highest three-point shooting teams in the country. Right now they are 2 of 12 from deep. Phillips mid-post back out to Howard, circling to her left. Defended by Calhoun. Phillips sets the screen. And they're gonna get Calhoun for the foul. Substitution. Barros and Schmidt are back for California Baptist. And Lisa Mikkelsen is in for Seattle U. Korolenko gets the shot off, no good, rebound Schmidt. Up ahead to Barros, back to Schmidt, over to Barrington. Barrington looking for her first points of the game. She has it up top, over to Clayman, to Calhoun. Felipe Barros comes out, now she's gonna put it in drive. Barros, traveling the call on Felipe Barros. 23-20 CBU. Barros, Clayman, put a little pressure on Howard. She passes up ahead to Blowenfeld. Mikkelsen into the corner. Three-pointer for Seattle U, no good. That was Clark on the attempt. Foul's gonna be on Korolenko. She'll come out of the game for Seattle U. Churchabo is back, and Liggett as well. Lancers trying to get back to their scoring ways. They haven't scored a field goal more than 2 minutes after a quick start here, especially in the first quarter. And traveling again on Barros. Ball goes right back to Seattle U again. Each team with 6 turnovers in this game so far. Blowenfeld brings it across the timeline, met by Calhoun. Up ahead to Churchabo. The drive and the kick. Liggett, the runner, off the window and good, and the Redhawks are back within 1. Seattle U on a 7-0 run right now to close the gap on the Lancers. Barrington for 3 off the back of the iron. The Lancers now 2 of 13 from long range. The pass inside, Liggett trying to connect the dot with Churchabo. Out of bounds, Lancer ball. Barrington out and Wu in. So you're 5 on the floor right now for the Lancers. Looks like this: Wu, Calhoun, Barros, Schmidt, and Clayman. Up top to Barros. Over to Wu, the top 3-point shooter on the season for CBU. 10 on the shot clock for the Lancers. Outstep Schmidt, sets the pick. Over to Wu on the wing. Three-pointer good for Dorcas Wu. And she knocks it down, her first three of the night. 26-22. Dorcas Wu, a 41% three-point shooter on the year, leads a team in three-pointers made on the season, and gets her first. There's Dorcas Wu. Walker back in for the Redhawks. And an offensive foul on Grace Schmidt, away from the basketball. It's going to be her first personal foul. The Lancers shooting 42% in this game. Seattle U at 32%. Walker tries the three off the side of the iron towards the baseline, out of bounds. Last touched by California Baptist. It'll be Seattle U ball. The Redhawks 2 of 10 from long range. The pass into Howard. She can't get it from close range. Calhoun. Calhoun going inside, a little out of control, plays it out to Wu. Three-pointer, no good. Offensive rebound, Barros. Churchabo got a hand on it, but there's a foul as well. It will be on Kari Churchabo. Here comes a substitution. Korolenko is in. So is Moore. Churchabo and McKelson come out for Seattle U. Barros at the line and knocks down the first. One more coming up for Felipe Barros. And knocks down the second as well. Pushes that Lancer lead back up to 6, 28-22. Down low to Moore. Moore got Dorcas Wu up into the air and got the foul. So Maya Moore will head to the free throw line. And Dorcas Wu picks up the personal foul. We have not had a missed free throw in this game so far, as Moore hits that one. Seattle U is 7 for 7. The Lancers 5 for 5 from the line. One more for Moore. Knocks down both. Great free throw shooting by both teams, especially the Redhawks. 8 of 8, helping them stay in this game with CBU, 28-24. Barros back out to Wu on the wing, now into the post to Schmidt, knocked around, taken away by the Redhawks. Peyton Howard stops her dribble, back out to Moore. Liggett from beyond the free throw line. The long jumper is good for Sheridan Liggett. Back to a one-possession game. Schmidt faces up on the basket, drives left, blocked by Moore, but a foul as well. Oh, they say it's going to be on Peyton Howard, number 11. Lancers up by 2, 28-26. Quick break here on ESPN+.
Conventional wisdom says breakfast is the most important meal. But at Provider Food Services, we believe that every meal you enjoy with us is the most important meal. Voted number 1, this ideal drives us to bring you curated, chef-driven cuisine and composed meal experiences every single time. Whether you're dining with us or partnering with us, we want to give you the best and safest experience. So in these busiest of days, let's always enjoy the most important meal.
Doctors who care for you and about you. It's the Riverside Medical Clinic way. We're physician-owned. That means medicine is always practiced in a way that benefits the patient first. Incredible care is waiting at one of our 7 locations near you. Come feel the difference. We are Riverside Medical Clinic.
At Magnolia, we've been around so long because we're always on the cutting edge. Let Magnolia help you modernize your comfort with our new all-electric, ultra-efficient comfort systems. Magnolia Heating and Cooling, trusted in Riverside since 1951.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at the WAC basketball standings going into tonight. Southern Utah, the only unblemished team in conference play at 5-0. Grand Canyon on their heels at 5-1. We will actually see the Lopes on Saturday at 1 p.m. here at CBU in women's basketball action. CBU at 3-2, so in the middle of the pack right there. Seattle U comes in at 1-4, and those are your WAC basketball standings. Back to live action. Grace Schmidt at the free throw line for the Lancers. CBU up by 2. Trinity San Antonio's got 9 points in the game. Clark with 7 to lead the Redhawks. First free throw by Schmidt is no good, and that is the first missed free throw in this game. We had 13 consecutive free throws made between the Redhawks and the Lancers. Second one for Schmidt is good. 29-26. Schmidt with 6 points in the game. Liggett. Clark. Now into the post down low. Korolenko. That one won't go for Korolenko. Rebound Schmidt. Klayman on the wing. Trying to get it into the post. Good defense there by Moore. Knocks it away. Still Lancer ball. 19 on the shot clock. Klayman from the baseline. San Antonio's pass picked off by Clark. Clark going up ahead to Liggett. Liggett draws the contact from Dorcas Wu. That's going to be 2 personal fouls now on Dorcas Wu. And Liggett will go to the free throw line for 2. Good defense turning into a play in transition, and Liggett draws the foul. I think there was something on Barros' uniform, maybe blood or something. And she's back. And Liggett at the free throw line for Seattle U. And there's the first miss for Seattle University. They are 8 for 9 from the free throw line. The Lancers 6 of 7. Still shooting very well from the stripe, both teams. Liggett second, and she comes up empty. Misses on both attempts. 29-26, less than 4 until halftime. Klayman up top to San Antonio, over to Barros. There's Wu on the far wing. Into the mid-post to Schmidt, faces up on the basket. And traveling the call on to Grace Schmidt. Ball goes back to Seattle U. Walker takes a quick look over to head coach Susie Barkham. And here come the Redhawks. Korolenko, a little out of control. Last touch by, they're going to say CBU. It'll still be Seattle University ball, but head coach Jared Olson's trying to make his case. He thinks it simply maybe went off the leg of Korolenko. The appeal denied. It'll still be Seattle U ball. Coach Olson still making his case. Into Moore. Clark has it, back into the post to Moore. Going left, now right. Puts up the difficult shot. Out of bounds, and now it will be CBU ball with 3:24. CBU has not made a basket in about 3 minutes. Trinity San Antonio, the wild move there. Clark has it for the Red Hawks, out to Moore. Hands it off to Clark. That is a deep three behind the pick from Moore. That one's no good. Rebound, Wu. Klayman inside to Schmidt, driving baseline, puts up the shot, draws the foul. Grace Schmidt with 6 points in this game, a couple free throws as well, and she's back at the line.
That's her first. Team's fourth.
Finau in for CBU, replacing Wu. And here comes Phillips for the Red Hawks.
Ray Schmidt at the line shooting 2.
First one for Schmidt off the mark on the season, right around 61% from the free throw line. Second one for Schmidt, and that one's also off the mark, so she's 2 for 5 so far in this game. 29-26, Lancers. Phillips, Clark, nice pass. It was Clark streaking across the lane, got the lay-in, and the Red Hawks are within 1. Finau up top to San Antonio. They work it around the horn. Barros back to Finau. San Antonio now dumps that pass into the post to Schmidt. Faces up on the basket, left, now right. Gets around her defender and in. Nice move in the post by Grace Schmidt. Phillips was playing some tight defense, but Grace Schmidt made a nice move. She's up to 8. Walker hits the long 2. And Seattle U back within 1. Walker's first points of the game. Walker had a team-high 14 points against the Lancers the last time they played. And there is Trinity San Antonio dialing up for 3 more. 34-30 Lancers. Trinity now the first player to reach double figures in scoring tonight. She's got a dozen. 2 of 8 from long range for the former Centennial Husky. Korolenko's 3, no good. Rebound, Klayman. San Antonio puts it in drive. The drive in the dish to Grace Schmidt. Nice job by Trinity San Antonio, penetrating and drawing that defense over, setting up Schmidt for an easy basket. 36-30 Lancers. Less than a minute to go before the half. Liggett, Phillips, Clark, three-pointer, bouncing around, no good. Rebound, Finau. Seattle U, 2 of 13 from long range. Here comes San Antonio. She steps on the gas, drives inside, and gets the foul. And San Antonio will head to the line. The Red Hawks making a move. They go back to the bench. Mikkelsen is back in, and Michaela Moore is in. San Antonio has been very aggressive in this game. First one for San Antonio is good. 37-30. San Antonio now with 13 in the game. One of our Jensen keys of the game was San Antonio playing like early season San Antonio as she hits the second free throw. So now she's got 14 points. She has not scored more than 11 points in a game since November 19th. She had 23 against Santa Clara. The injury and then coming back from it, she just hasn't really been the same. But tonight, it sure looks like the same old Trinity San Antonio. 14 points right now. Liggett's 3. Nothing doing there. CBU ball with 17 seconds before the break. Barros. A quick peek over to head coach Jared Olson with 10 seconds. Barros over to Finau. Finau, the pass over to Klayman, 3. 2, 1. Clayman puts up the shot. And the Lancers will go into the locker room with an 8-point lead. 38-30, California Baptist on top behind 14 points from Trinity San Antonio and 10 from Grace Schmidt. We'll take a quick break here in Riverside. When we come back, you don't want to miss our Magnolia Heating and Cooling hot play of the first half. We'll be back on ESPN+.
Popping like the top off a bottle and I ain't stopping yet. Baby, it's a brand new day. Ain't no clouds hanging over me. Something doesn't feel the same. The rest of my life gonna start today. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The rest of my life.
Introducing bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
At Magnolia, we've been around so long because we're always on the cutting edge. Let Magnolia help you modernize your comfort with our new all-electric, ultra-efficient comfort systems. Magnolia Heating and Cooling, trusted in Riverside since 1951.
What if you could spend your breaks living alongside other students, learning how to live every day like it's a new opportunity to share the life-changing hope of Jesus with anyone you meet? And what if in the process you find your purpose, you find your calling, and this world that feels too big to change begins changing one life at a time through you? This is more than an experience. This is a new way of living. It's life on mission.
And welcome back to the CBU Event Center, where the Lancers have a 38-30 lead against Seattle University here in Western Athletic Conference play. It was Trinity San Antonio with a very hot start for the Lancers. It continued in the second quarter. She's got 14 points, including a couple three-pointers. Grace Schmidt, the only other player right now in double figures in scoring, she's got 10 for the Lancers, so they've done a lot of the damage on offense for CBU. Let's take a look at the Magnolia Heating and Cooling hot play of the first half in this one. And then we've had a couple to pick from, but how about Trinity San Antonio? And just for fun, I think she had a little spin move at the end. Driving inside, the pass, the spin, Grace Schmidt, easy lay-in from close range, and check it out. Trinity San Antonio obviously grabbing a lot of attention when she drives inside, and Grace Schmidt with an easy basket there. That is the Magnolia Heating and Cooling hot play of the first half. Lancers lead by 8. When we come back here, we've got your Pepsi halftime highlights and stats. We'll show you how California Baptist built this 38-30 lead on Seattle U. We'll be right back on ESPN+.
At Magnolia, we've been around so long because we're always on the cutting edge. Let Magnolia help you modernize your comfort with our new all-electric, ultra-efficient comfort systems. Magnolia Heating and Cooling, trusted in Riverside since 1951.
What if you could spend your breaks living alongside other students, learning how to live every day like it's a new opportunity to share the life-changing hope of Jesus with anyone you meet? And what if in the process you find your purpose, you find your calling, and this world that feels too big to change begins changing one life at a time through you? This is more than an experience. This is a new way of living. It's life on mission.
Popping like the top off a bottle and I ain't stopping yet. Baby, it's a brand new day. Ain't no clouds hanging over me. Something doesn't feel the same. The rest of my life gonna start today. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The rest of my life.
Introducing bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
Halftime here in Riverside, where California Baptist leads Seattle U by a score of 38-30. Let's take a look at those Pepsi halftime highlights. The Lancers got it cracking in the first half, especially Trinity San Antonio, who got off to a hot start here. Had the first 7 points of the game for the Lancers, hit that three, then driving inside, leans in her shoulder and still got it. Then nice move, getting to the cup, 2 more for San Antonio. Again, those quick 7 points to start the game. She's got 14 here at the break. Felipe Barros from the outside. CBU 4 of 17 from deep. And then Trinity San Antonio coming up with that steal there. Calhoun's got 2 steals in the game. There's one of them, and it results in an easy basket in the other direction for Calhoun. And there's another one of those steals. The Lancers doing a great job on the defensive end. Grace Schmidt, she's got 10, 4 of 6 from the floor. And then how about that spin move by Sela Finau? Nice fancy move for the deuce for Sela Finau. And that's how we got to this, 38-30 here at the break. Take a look at your Pepsi halftime stats. Field goal percentage heavily favoring the Lancers right now. They check in at 43% at the break. Seattle U shooting just 30%, 10 of 33 from the floor. Rebounding also favoring the Lancers, 23-19. Assists, CBU finding a great job of finding the open player. We'll talk more about that as we get closer to the start of the third quarter. CBU with 10 assists, Seattle U with 7. 3-point field goals, the Lancers 4 of 17 from deep. Seattle U 2 of 14. And points in the paint also favoring CBU 18-12. And those are your Pepsi halftime stats. When we come back, we'll take a look at this week in Lancer Athletics. CBU 38, Seattle U 30 here in Riverside. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm from Moreno Valley, California, and I've been with Altura Credit Union since 2017. Family time is extremely important. Being able to just pull my phone out and just go right on the app while the kids are over there doing whatever they're doing, I'm able to just go on the app really quick, transfer money, or check my account, see if my deposits went through right away. With my Ascend checking account, I'm also able to check my credit score. I don't ever have to worry about anything in my bank account. Did I mention it was free?
Popping like the top off a bottle and I ain't stopping yet. Baby, it's a brand new day. Ain't no clouds hanging over me. Something doesn't feel the same. The rest of my life gonna start today. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The rest of my life.
Introducing bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
Conventional wisdom says breakfast is the most important meal. But at Provider Food Services, we believe that every meal you enjoy with us is the most important meal. Voted #1, this ideal drives us to bring you curated, chef-driven cuisine and composed meal experiences every single time. Whether you're dining with us or partnering with us, we want to give you the best and safest experience. So in these busiest of days, let's always enjoy the most important meal.
When When your heating and air conditioning system stops working, how do you know who to call? Call one of those big corporations and you're just a number. But at Magnolia Heating and Cooling, we treat everyone like family. That's because we're family owned and based here in Riverside. Your neighbors trust Magnolia Heating and Cooling, and we've earned a great reputation over the years. Call to experience the Magnolia difference.
For any heating and cooling repair, call 1-800-2-GET-AIR.
What if you could spend your breaks living alongside other students, learning how to live every day like it's a new opportunity to share the life-changing hope of Jesus with anyone you meet? And what if in the process you find your purpose, you find your calling, and this world that feels too big to change begins changing one life at a time through you? This is more than an experience. This is a new way of living. It's life on mission.
And welcome back. It's still halftime here in Riverside, where the Lancers lead by 8 against Seattle U. Let's take a look at this week in Lancer athletics. And for CBU men's basketball, it was a big win against Grand Canyon University. It was a sold-out crowd. It was the rival Lopes, and it was Riley Batten going for 18 points in that game as CBU picked up a much-needed conference win against their rival. Women's water polo defeating Azusa Pacific at the ASU Cross Conference Challenge. They also had to go up against number 7 Michigan. Didn't win that one, but they did defeat APU there at the ASU Cross Conference Challenge. And finally, a basketball doubleheader coming up this Saturday right here at the Event Center. Women's basketball, they will take the floor first against Grand Canyon University. That's a 1 o'clock tip. And then the CBU men's basketball team will take the floor at 7 o'clock against Tarleton. So you can adjust your social calendar for a long, busy day of CBU hoops here at the Event Center. Schedule look ahead looks like this, provided by Provider. And it's going to be CBU and Grand Canyon, as we mentioned, Saturday at 1 o'clock. And then it's on the road to take on UT Tarleton. And then Stephen F. Austin on January 28th. CBU's got I think it's the Education Day game on February 2nd, where they play an early start against New Mexico State. That's an 11 a.m. tip, so you can plan for that one as well. And then Sam Houston on February 4th. That's your Provider schedule look ahead for the Lancers. We'll take another quick break here. When we come back, the start of the second half between Seattle U and CBU.
What if you could spend your breaks living alongside other students, learning how to live every day like it's a new opportunity to share the life-changing hope of Jesus with anyone you meet? And what if in the process you find your purpose, you find your calling, and this world that feels too big to change begins changing one life at a time through you? This is more than an experience. This is a new way of living. It's life on mission.
Popping like the top off a bottle and I ain't stopping yet. Baby, it's a brand new day. Ain't no clouds hanging over me. Something doesn't feel the same. The rest of my life
Introducing bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
And here we go at the start of the third quarter between the Red Hawks and the Lancers. CBU up 38-30. Take a look at the Jensen second half changes in this one for CBU. Just stay aggressive. They were very aggressive on both ends of the floor, specifically Trinity San Antonio. And for CBU, finding the open player. They had 10 assists at halftime. They did a good job, especially in transition. 12 fast break points of finding the open player for easy baskets and grounding the Red Hawks offense, shooting just 29% right now from the floor. So CBU doing it on both ends. San Antonio can't finish. The follow-up is good. Dorcas Wu. And those were your Jensen second half changes. Lancers lead 40-30 as they open up the scoring here in the second half. Howard shot, no. Follow-up by Moore. That one's also no good. Moore hauls it back in, and third time is the charm as Moore gets to the basket. Up top to Wu. Oh, that pass almost picked off by Clark, out of bounds. It'll be CBU ball from the sideline. The Lancers outscored the Red Hawks 21-15 in the first frame, 17-15 in the second to build that 8-point lead at the break. San Antonio's three's no good. She's now 2 of 9 from long range. But good to see her just trying to find her shots, staying aggressive. Down low, blocked by Wu. Churchabo trying to go up with it. Wu had other plans. They get the ball inside to Churchabo, going to her left, and there was Wu. As we mentioned, Dorcas Wu's been the most consistent player this season for CBU. San Antonio in transition. There's Grace Schmidt running the floor. And another fast break bucket for the Lancers, and that lead is now 10, 42-32, their largest lead of this game. Churchabo inside to Moore, double team, passes out of it. Walker's three is short, rebound Wu. San Antonio up ahead to Schmidt. Walker came sliding over, providing with some help, and draws the foul. And it looks like Seattle U is going to make some big changes. Liggett, Mikkelsen, Korolenko, and Blowenfelt. So Peyton Howard's out there and 4 newcomers with Grace Schmidt at the free throw line. First one is good, one more coming up for Schmidt. And knocks down both, 44-32. Schmidt now joining San Antonio with 14 points in this game to lead the way. Clark has 9 to pace Seattle University. Blauenfeld. Mikkelsen back out to Blauenfeld. She'll try the three. No good, and Wu comes down with the board. Wu up ahead to San Antonio in transition. Puts the shot up, no good. Rebound Howard. Howard's gonna push it up. Puts it in drive. Howard goes inside and in. Finally drops inside the cylinder for Peyton Howard. The leading scorer on the year for the Red Hawks at just under 11 per game. Schmidt trying the baseline. And jump ball. And possession will belong to the Lancers. Substitution Seattle. Phillips back in. for McKelson. Pass into San Antonio. Into the corner to Calhoun. Calhoun, three, count it. Nene Calhoun, 47-34 CBU. Calhoun's first three of the night. Phillips on the other end, no good, rebound Wu. Up ahead to Calhoun. Calhoun, the drive and the kick to San Antonio. Blauenfeld, and there's the foul. And it will be on Blauenfeld. Lancer ball from the baseline, but first another Red Hawk substitution. Michaela Moore back in for Sheridan Liggett. Calhoun into Wu. Barros on the wing, back up top to Wu. She's left all alone. That three, no good. A rare miscue by Dorcas Wu. 41% from three-point land. And there is Korolenko on the other end for Seattle U. She strikes from long range. Makes it a 10-point game. San Antonio going baseline. Draws the contact, no whistle on the play. Up ahead, Moore. Fakes. Trying to go somewhere with the ball. Now up top to Howard as the Redhawks set up the offense. Into the high post, Phillips. Back out to Howard. 12 on the shot clock. Howard drives inside. Out to Korolenko. And another three for Korolenko. Back-to-back triples. And the Redhawks are within 7. Barros on the other end. The Lancers respond with a three-pointer of their own. Back up to 10. Barros now with 8 points in the game. 2 of 3 from deep. The steal by Calhoun. She's got 3 in the game. Calhoun finishes on the other end. Nene Calhoun. The steal and the deal. Nene Calhoun, excuse me, I said 3 steals. She's got 4 steals in this game. Korolenko, can she do it again? That one no good. Howard almost had the offensive rebound, but the ball jarred loose by the Lancers. Grace Schmidt on the other end. Schmidt, ball's on the ground, scooped up by Blauenfeld. Korolenko. Korolenko, her pass. Taken away by Barros, goes around Blauenfeld. Barros the shot and in. Nice hustle play by Felipa Barros. And it's now a 14-point Lancer lead. That is their largest lead of the game. Barros now with 10. Howard going strong inside and draws the foul. That'll bring us to a timeout here in Riverside with 3:56 on the clock. The Lancers coming on strong here in the third quarter. They lead 54-40. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm from Moreno Valley, California, and I've been with Altura Credit Union since 2017. Family time is extremely important. Being able to just pull my phone out and just go right on the app while the kids are over there doing whatever they're doing, I'm able to just go on the app really quick, transfer money, or check my account, see if my deposits went through right away. With my Ascend checking account, I'm also able to check my credit score. I don't ever have to worry about anything in my bank account. Did I mention it was free?
Doctors who care for you and about you. It's the Riverside Medical Clinic way. We're physician-owned. That means medicine is always practiced in a way that benefits the patient first. Incredible care is waiting at one of our 7 locations near you. Come feel the difference. We are Riverside Medical Clinic.
Popping like the top off a bottle and I ain't stopping yet. Baby, it's a brand new day. Ain't no cloud hanging over me. Something doesn't feel the same. The rest of my life gonna start today. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The rest of my life.
Introducing bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
Welcome back to the CBU Event Center, 54-40. The Lancers on top. Trinity San Antonio's got 14 points, 5 of 16 from the floor, including a couple three-pointers. She also has 4 assists, a couple rebounds as well. Peyton Howard at the free throw line for Seattle U. Knocks down the first free throw. And here comes the second. Comley knocks down both. 54-42. Finau has it for the Lancers. Out to Barros for 3. That one's no good. Rebound Moore. She's going to leave it for Walker. Moore has it over to Howard up top, defended by Calhoun. Nene Calhoun with 4 steals in this game, locking down the top offensive threat for Seattle, and Peyton Howard. Churchabo, short. And Howard almost coming up with the steal. Still Lancer ball. Peyton Howard with 6 points in this game. Averages close to 11 on the season. Clayman up top to Barros. Barrington sets the screen. Barros back out to Calhoun. Calhoun's three-point attempt off the mark. Less than 3 in the third quarter. Moore over the top to Churchabo. A little too much on that pass. Churchabo can't handle it. And a turnover on the Redhawks, their 13th of the game. Barros with Howard defending. Now she's going to put it in drive, goes to her left. Barrington comes out with it. Out to Finau, back to Barrington from the wing, three-pointer short. Howard up the floor for Seattle U. Along the baseline, the reverse won't go. Finau up ahead to Calhoun in transition. Calhoun collects it. They're gonna swing it around. Over to Sela Finau for 3. That one's no good. CBU started off the night shooting the three-pointer pretty well. Right now, 6 of 25 from long range. And a timeout called by the Redhawks. We'll take a quick break here in Riverside, 54-42, CBU on top.
At Magnolia, we've been around so long because we're always on the cutting edge. Let Magnolia help you modernize your comfort with our new all-electric, ultra-efficient comfort systems. Magnolia Heating and Cooling, trusted in Riverside since 1951.
Popping like the top off a bottle and I ain't stopping yet. Baby, it's a brand new day. Ain't no clouds hanging over me.
Introducing bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
What if you could spend your breaks living alongside other students, learning how to live every day like it's a new opportunity to share the life-changing hope of Jesus with anyone you meet? And what if in the process, you find your purpose, you find your calling, and this world that feels too big to change begins changing one life at a time through you? This is more than an experience. This is a new way of living. It's life on mission.
Welcome back to the CBU Event Center. 1:52 to go here in the third quarter. Lancers on top by a score of 54-42. Peyton Howard and the Redhawks have some work to do here. Still plenty of time. CBU missed 6 of their last 7 shots, but they still own a 12-point lead right now. Things have been going pretty well for the Lancers tonight. They've outscored the Redhawks in each of the quarters, including here in the third, by a score of 16-12. As we mentioned, San Antonio's got 14. So does Grace Schmidt. And Barros, the only other Lancer right now in double figures. She's at an even 10, along with 5 rebounds and 3 assists. Good night for Felipa Barros. Churchabo inside, back out to Walker. There's Howard. Moore gets tangled up with Barrington, out to Churchabo. 2 on the shot clock. The shot is in time. It's no good. Walker has it in a clear lane right to the rim. Walker able to salvage a bucket there as the shot clock was winding down on Seattle U. 54-44. Brittany Clayman for 3, no good. Howard up the floor for the Redhawks, drops it off for Korolenko. Now she drives inside to Churchabo, off her hands and out of bounds. Delia Clark back in for the Redhawks, and here comes Trinity San Antonio for the Lancers. One minute to go here in the third quarter. Lancers up by 10. Calhoun to Finau, back out to Clayman, swings it to her left to Barrington. San Antonio puts it in drive. San Antonio to the hole. Nice move by San Antonio, using that lightning quick move to get to the rim. 56-44. San Antonio now is 16. And an offensive foul on Korolenko as she and Calhoun were going at it. There's Calhoun. We've mentioned a couple times, she's got 4 steals tonight. Meanwhile, Korolenko's got 8 points for the Redhawks. That's second only to Clark in terms of their scoring tonight. 25 seconds on the game clock. Calhoun's gonna dribble out a little bit more time. Big smile by Nene as she looks towards the Lancer bench. Into the high post to Barrington, hands it off to Clayman, steps back, 3-pointer, no good. Rebound Korolenko, 7 seconds. Howard's gonna push it up in a hurry. Over to Walker on the wing for 3, no good. The tip by Korolenko is also no good. So we head to the fourth quarter, and CBU trying to put on the finishing touches of another conference win. They lead 56-44. We'll be right back on ESPN+.
What if you could spend your breaks living alongside other students, learning how to live every day like it's a new opportunity to share the life-changing hope of Jesus with anyone you meet? And what if in the process, you find your purpose, you find your calling, and this world that feels too big to change begins changing one life at a time through you? This is more than an experience. This is a new way of living. It's life on mission.
Conventional wisdom says breakfast is the most important meal. But at Provider Food Services, we believe that every meal you enjoy with us is the most important meal. Voted #1, this ideal drives us to bring you curated, chef-driven cuisine and composed meal experiences every single time. Whether you're dining with us or partnering with us, we want to give you the best and safest experience. So in these busiest of days, let's always enjoy the most important meal.
Popping like the top off a bottle and I ain't stopping yet. Baby, it's a brand new day. Ain't no cloud hanging over me. Something doesn't feel the same. The rest of my life gonna start today. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The rest of my life.
Introducing bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
Doctors who care for you and about you. It's the Riverside Medical Clinic way. We're physician-owned. That means medicine is always practiced in a way that benefits the patient first. Incredible care is waiting at one of our 7 locations near you. Come feel the difference. We are Riverside Medical Clinic.
When your heating and air conditioning system stops working, how do you know who to call? Call one of those big corporations and you're just a number. But at Magnolia Heating and Cooling, we treat everyone like family. That's because we're family owned and based here in Riverside. Your neighbors trust Magnolia Heating and Cooling, and we've earned a great reputation over the years. Call to experience the Magnolia difference.
For any heating and cooling repair, call 1-800-2-GET-AIR.
10 minutes to go in this one. Start of the fourth quarter at the CBU Event Center, where California Baptist leads Seattle U 56-44. Grace Schmidt having herself a ball game. 14 points for Grace Schmidt tonight, and 5 of 9 from the floor, 4 of 7 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds for Grace Schmidt, leading the way inside. The Lancers with 28 points in the paint. Grace Schmidt a big reason why. The shot by Churchabo. No good. Up ahead, the Lancers, San Antonio to Calhoun for 3. That one's no good. So the Lancers have gone cold here, yet they still lead by 12. 6 of 28 from long range right now for CBU. That's 21%. Korolenko's 3 is no good, and Calhoun's going to chase down the ball. Seattle U from three-point land, 4 of 21. That's 19%. San Antonio, as soon as I say they're getting a little bit cold from the outside, San Antonio heats it up with another 3, 59-44. That's her third 3 of the game. She's got 19 points. Korolenko in the high post, right around the elbow. Out to Clark. Korolenko sets the pick. Clark goes right. Back out to Walker. Walker, Clark, 5 on the shot clock. Churchabo's gonna have to shoot. She gets the shot off in time. It does hit the rim, and there is Korolenko. Tracks down the basketball. Korolenko, the follow-up is good. Nice hustle play by Korolenko, and she is rewarded with a bucket. 59-46. Korolenko now with 10 points from off the bench. That leads the Redhawks. Mid-post, Schmidt spins on Churchabo to the right. Nice move. Down on the blocks by Grace Schmidt, 61-46. Lead is up to 15. Largest lead of the game for CBU. Ball goes back to the Lancers. Substitution here for Seattle. Blauenfeld is in, and Maya Moore returns as well for Seattle. Less than 8 to go. Fee now over to San Antonio. There's Klayman on the wing. Schmidt Down towards the baseline. Spins on Moore. Oh, right and left. The old 1-2. Nice move by Grace Schmidt. Showing all the moves tonight. 63-46. Schmidt up to 18. Long jumper by Moore, short. Ball's on the ground. San Antonio comes out with it. San Antonio up ahead. Grace Schmidt, another fast break bucket for CBU. And Coach Susie Barkham calls a timeout for Seattle U. The Lancers have gone up 65-46. That's a 19-point lead right now for California Baptist with 7:19 to play. Grace Schmidt now with 20 in the game, and San Antonio with 19. We'll take a quick break here in Riverside, and we'll be back.
What if you could spend your breaks living alongside other students, learning how to live every day like it's a new opportunity to share the life-changing hope of Jesus with anyone you meet? And what if in the process, you find your purpose, you find your calling, and this world that feels too big to change begins changing one life at a time through you? This is more than an experience. This is a new way of living. It's life on mission.
When your heating and air conditioning system stops working, how do you know who to call? Call one of those big corporations and you're just a number. But at Magnolia Heating and Cooling, we treat everyone like family. That's because we're family owned and based here in Riverside. Your neighbors trust Magnolia Heating and Cooling, and we've earned a great reputation over the years. Call to experience the Magnolia difference.
For any heating and cooling repair, call 1-800-2-GET-AIR.
Conventional wisdom says breakfast is the most important meal. But at Provider Food Services, we believe that every meal you enjoy with us is the most important meal. Voted #1, this ideal drives us to bring you curated, chef-driven cuisine and composed meal experiences every single time. Whether you're dining with us or partnering with us, we want to give you the best and safest experience. So in these busiest of days, let's always enjoy the most important meal.
Welcome back to the CBU Event Center. The Lancers have made 4 shots in a row. They have watched their lead balloon to 19 at 65-46 right now on Seattle U. 7:19 to go here in the 4th quarter. Lancers trying to close out another conference win, setting up a big game against Grand Canyon, who going into tonight 5-1 in the WAC. CBU could be at 4-2 with a win tonight. So that'd be set up a very important game against the Lopes on Saturday. First game of a doubleheader as the men will take on Tarleton in the nightcap. 65-46. Calhoun, steal #5, everybody. Calhoun the steal, the pass to Finau, and draws the foul. Nene Calhoun. She does not have a twin. It just feels like she's everywhere. 5 steals tonight for Calhoun. As a team, the Lancers have 9 in the game. Calhoun with 5 of them. That'll put Sela Finau at the free throw line, and the first won't go for Finau. One more coming up. Just 7 minutes to play. And Finau hits the second. And now it is a 20-point lead for the Lancers. (66-46). Howard over to Liggett. Moore faces up on the basket. Over the top to Korolenko. Her shot is high and good. And 2 more for Korolenko. She's got a dozen, the only Red Hawk in double figures. Schmidt. Back out to Calhoun. Calhoun drives inside, back out to San Antonio. Here comes the three, short. Long rebound, back out to Liggett. She brings it up the floor for Seattle U. Trailing by 18. Out of bounds, still Red Hawk ball. Felipa Barros and Dorcas Wu are back. Trinity San Antonio and Nene Calhoun will find a spot on the bench. Wu with 5 points, but 8 rebounds tonight for the Lancers. And Peyton Howard goes down hard. It'll still be Red Hawk basketball from the baseline. 6:15 on the clock. That one no good. Towards the corner, there's Brittany Clayman. Over to Wu. Wu up ahead to Finau. Barros to Clayman, now into the post to Schmidt. Back out to Wu for three. That one is short. Rebound Moore. CBU 7 of 31 from downtown. They put up a lot of threes. Their season average is 28 three-point attempts per game, as Korolenko can't get that one. It's already above their season average. And they're just going to add to that. There's Clayman. That three's no good. Offensive rebound, Barros. Back out to Schmidt. The post player for three. Why not? Grace Schmidt having herself a game. Inside, outside, it does not matter. Grace Schmidt dials up from long range. She's up to 23 in this game. Shot won't go for Howard. 69-48 CBU, less than 5 minutes to play. Clayman inside to Schmidt. Backing down to Moore. Spins to her right. Turnaround no good. Rebound Moore. Howard up the floor for the Redhawks. Swing it over to Korolenko. Korolenko, now she's going to drive inside and draws the foul. I think it's going to be on Brittany Clayman, and yes, it is. Substitution, Seattle. Walker, Churchabo, Moore. All kinds of new players checking in right now. I think Clark is back. McKelson, I don't know if she was in earlier. She's on the floor. Clark has it. Walker hands it off to Clark on the wing. Now down low, Churchabo with the right. That one is good. Churchabo having a rough night on the offensive end. Finally gets a big basket there for the Redhawks. 2 of 11 from the floor. Clayman, the drive and the pass out to Finau. There's Barros in the corner. Down low, Georgia Kehoe shot won't go. Kehoe, the former Seattle University Red Hawk, transferred to CBU, so going up against her former team. The drive and the kick, and Churchabo knocks it down. So Churchabo coming on strong here in the fourth quarter, makes it 69-52. Wu on the wing, up top to Finau. 3.5 to play. The Lancers taking their time, trying to find that shot and take more time off the clock, naturally. 7 on the shot clock. Barros back out to Wu. They're gonna have to get a shot off. 3 on the shot clock. Wu shot. And here come the Redhawks. Clark drives inside and draws the foul. Foul's going to be on Finau. Clark's at the free throw line. Dorcas Wu's going to check out. For the first time tonight, we see Tiana Neal. For Seattle U, Churchabo checks out. Clark at the line. First free throw is good. Clark now with 10 points, make it 11 as she knocks down both. Clark with 11 points, a perfect 6 of 6 from the free throw line. She also has 7 rebounds and 4 assists tonight for the Redhawks. Neal, Barros. Less than 3 to play. There's Barros on the far wing. Finau puts it in drive, goes in for a closer look. Won't go. Liggett is going to push it up in a hurry for Seattle U. Hands it off to Moore. Michaela Moore from the elbow, jumper is good, and it makes it 69-56. Michaela Moore with her first basket of the game, and a timeout called by head coach Jared Olson. The Redhawks on an 8-0 run right now to make that deficit a little bit more manageable, so we're not out of the woods quite yet with 2:28 to play, and the Lancers leading 69-56. So we'll take this opportunity to take a look at the Altura Credit Union Player of the Game, and got to give it up for Grace Schmidt, the freshman with 23 points and 5 rebounds tonight. She even has a three-pointer tonight, 1 for 1 from downtown. So Grace Schmidt, the Altura Credit Union Player of the Game. 23 points is a game high, leading all scorers tonight, and helping CBU maintain this 13-point lead. It's trying to do some quick math right now. 69-56. That is a 13-point lead for the Lancers right now. They came in at 7-9, 3-2 in the conference. Seattle U at 1-14, 1-4 in conference play. And the Lancers have done really well against Seattle U. They've won 8 of 9 head-to-head meetings with the Redhawks, including 6 in a row. So they've had Seattle U's number. Trying to make it 7 in a row against the Redhawks tonight. They're 2:28 away from doing that. Seattle U basketball. A 13-point game. Liggett up top. Oh, and her pass to McKelson out of bounds. I'm going to say last touch by the Lancers. The ball bounced past several different players, but they're going to say last touch by CBU. 2:18 on the clock. McKelson, Walker, Liggett, right back inside to McKelson. Her pass to Moore. Out to Walker for 3. That one's no good. Offensive rebound, Moore. The putback also no good. McKelson, another offensive rebound. And that follow-up is good. 69-58. The Redhawks on a 10-0 run to make it an 11-point game with 1:50 to play. A 10-0 run for Seattle U. Meanwhile, CBU has missed 7 of their last 8 shots. Opening the door for the Redhawks. Substitution. Wu and San Antonio are back. Finau and Neal will head to the bench. Lancer ball. Calhoun. 15 on the shot clock. Claiming up top to Calhoun. Over to Wu. Up top to Calhoun. 5 on the shot clock. Claiming for 3, and that was a very important 3 by Brittany Clayman. She connects from the outside and gives the Lancers a little bit of breathing room here as we approach 1 minute. 72-58 Lancers. Brittany Clayman with her first basket of the game. And it came at a big time for Clayman. 72-58, and here we go with the final 60 seconds of this one. San Antonio deep 3, short. Ball bouncing towards the sidelines. Wu hustling over, could not get there in time. Redhawk basketball with 54 seconds. San Antonio comes out, and Barros back in. So if that's the last time we see San Antonio tonight, she's gonna finish with 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. 7 of 20 from the floor. Put up a lot of shots tonight. Liggett. And traveling called. Ball goes back to CBU with 41 seconds. Erin Tarraso will check in for the Redhawks if she gets a chance. She's at the scorer's table right now as we approach 30 seconds left. Calhoun. Wu inside to Schmidt, now 10 on the shot clock. Schmidt spins to her right, puts the shot up, won't go. Wu, the offensive rebound, dribbles back out, and this might do it. They might simply just dribble out the rest of the clock, and it looks like they will do simply that. 72-58 will be the final score here in Riverside as California Baptist picks up another Western Athletic Conference win against Seattle U. A nice 14-point win against the Redhawks to move CBU to 4-2 in the WAC, 8-9 overall. The Redhawks will fall to 1-5 in conference play, 1-15 overall. And tonight, Grace Schmidt, 23 points. Trinity San Antonio with 19. The Stars playing like stars tonight, leading the way to the Lancers' victory. Felipe Barros chipped in 10 points. Nene Calhoun with 9 points, 5 assists, and 5 steals for the Lancers. Big game for Nene tonight. For Seattle U, leading the way was Korolenko with a dozen from off the bench. Talia Clark had 11 as the only 2 Redhawks in double figures tonight. So that's 7 in a row against Seattle U for the Lancers, and now 9 of 10 overall in their head-to-head meetings. Coming up for the Lancers is back in action Saturday afternoon as they take on rival Grand Canyon. You don't want to miss that one, and it could be a big game. Second place, third place maybe in the conference standings up for grabs between these 2 rivals. That's Saturday, 1 o'clock in the first game of a double header. So thanks for watching. My name is Pep Fernandez saying so long from Riverside, California, where the final score is California Baptist 72, Seattle University 58. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.